Hey everyone, NornQueenAlexis, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to this review of the Dark Angel Codex, the brand new one that just came out. I am stupid excited about this because it is actually really badass that Dark Angels feel new and don't really feel like every other Space Marine, but at the same time kinda do in a way. It's weird, it's hard to explain, but let's get into this. So, we're starting on page 42 because there is a lot of lore in this book, precisely 41 pages of lore. And over here we can see all the new chapters. If you haven't seen my video on them, please check it out now. But we got some stuff. Page 42 starts off with the Dark Angel Detachment is one that only includes models within the Dark Angel keyword, excluding models with the agents of the Imperium and unaligned keywords. Note that such detachments is also Adeptus Astartes detachment as described in Codex Space Marines. And as such, all Adeptus Astartes detachment abilities also apply to this detachment. This would be like Devastator Doctrine, Assault Doctrine, and things of that nature, as well as Bolter Discipline and the like. So we do have some cool new things. These aren't new, but it's kind of cool to see them back in here. We got the Ravenwing units in a Dark Angel detachment that do not already have the Jink ability, gain the Jink ability. So that's going to be really good. That's on page 61. Let's see what that does already. So we can go ahead and get that out of the way. So page 61, we have Jink. If a unit has the Grim Resolve chapter tactic, or it has Inheritors of the Primarch Successor chapter tactic, and it is using this chapter tactic of the Dark Angels, then models in the unit have a 5+ invulnerable save against ranged attacks. Now that's not with turbo boosting or anything. That's just a 5+ invo save. Honestly, land speeders with a 5+ invulnerable save sounds pretty good to me. In your morale phase, or in your movement phase, if the unit remains stationary, it loses the invulnerable save at the start of each of your movement phase. Okay, so we got to keep moving. That's all right. Each time a unit advances until the start of your next turn, models in that unit have a 4+ invulnerable save against ranged attacks. That is honestly kind of insane. That means if my bikes turbo boost up the board and move, 16 inches? Actually, they're going to be moving further because they're going to have the Ravenwing abilities, which is +3 inches. So my bike's moving 14, 15, 16, 17, +6 is 17, 23 inches. That's turn 1, I'm in your grill, like just shooting you down with melting guns immediately. That's amazing. I gotta finish my Dark Angel army. I gotta finish my Dark Angel. I really have to. They look amazing and I want them. So, going back to this, we have the other abilities, which is Deathwing and Inner Circle units in a Dark Angel army that do not already have the Inner Circle ability, gain the Inner Circle ability, page 61. So we'll go back to page 61 and read the Inner Circle. All right. Each time a morale test is taken for this unit, it is automatically passed because Dark Angels are fearless. You know, coward Chaos Space Marines run like cowardly Space Marines. But our Dark Angels, we hold strong. We don't care about your morale shenanigans. We don't even think about them. We just pass them along to somebody else. They're somebody else's problem now. Night Lords, we don't care about you. You can do your leadership shenanigans. Doesn't even bother us any. Units within engagement range of enemy fallen units, unless the unit has the vehicle keyword, this unit cannot be selected to fall back. So if you go up against Fallen, which you never do, you can't fall back. You have to stay in combat. Each time you select a unit to fall back, unless it has the vehicle, Ravenwing, or Chapter Master keyword, roll 2d6. If the result is less than or equal to the leadership characteristic, it can fall back. Otherwise, it cannot fall back. Ooh, wait a minute. Each time you select this unit to fall back, oh, my guys want to stay in combat. Otherwise, it cannot fall back. It must remain stationary. Ooh, that's actually really interesting. I really like that. Although you kind of want to keep your Terminators in close combat and your Blade Guard veterans. So I don't see a need to retreat them. Each time an attack is made against this unit, if that unit has the infantry keyword, unmodified wound rolls of 1, 2, and 3, because 1, 2, 3, always fail, irrespective of any ability that the weapon has or models making the attacks have. This affects Blade Guard veterans. This affects Blade Guard. Blade Guard are insane. Terminators are insane. Dark Angel Terminators, just, yes. All of this, yes, please. I love it. Okay. Sorry, I did have to check the camera because I'm using my phone because my camera is currently charging, so that's a pain in the butt. Then we have, if every unit in your army, except Agents of the Imperium and Unaligned, has a Dark Angel keyword, then every unit in the army, in the Dark Angel's detachment, that has the Combat Doctrine ability gains Son of the Lion ability, which I don't see a spot for. Oh, it's over here. Okay, we'll check that out in just a second. Units with this ability have the following abilities, which are described below: Speed of the Raven, Fire Discipline, and Implacable. Speed of the Raven. Oh, this one is good. Whilst the Devastator Doctrine is active for your army, add 3 inches to the movement characteristic of Raven Wing models from your army. First turn, you're moving a minimum of over a foot. You're moving a minimum of 15. That's insane. That's first turn charge capable. That's a 9-inch charge turn 1. Which, considering how many guys you have and how you add bonuses to this, you're probably going to make first turn charges with bikes. Especially Outriders. That's going to be scary. Ravenwing units from your armies are eligible to shoot with in the turn in which they advanced. Okay. Ooh. Each time that a model in that unit makes a ranged attack in a turn in which it advanced, the attack suffered the penalties incurred to the hit roll as if it was an assault weapon. So your heavy weapons, if you advance, can still fire on turn 1. So if you have an attack bike with a multi-melta, you can move up and fire and hit on 4s. If you have a land speeder, you can move speed boost and then shoot both its weapons. If you have the other types of land speeders, such as the land speeder Storm, Vengeance, Typhoon, Typical, Tempest, or even the new ones, which their names I cannot remember, I do apologize. I know almost every Space Marine vehicle, but the new ones are throwing me off a little bit. I remember the Gladiator, but I cannot remember the name of the, I want to say the Storm Speeders. Let's just check. I have the book right here. Let's go ahead and give it the old checkaroony. That's so lame, right? That is lame. I think it goes elites then fast, right? Yeah, it does. Where are you, big land speeders of doom? Okay, there it is. It's the Hammer Strike. And then you have 3 different... So you have the Hail Strike, the Thunder Strike, and the Hammer Strike. Got it. So those ones. Which are honestly really good for their points, by the way. And that's it for that. Then I have Fire Discipline. While this tactical doctrine is active in your army, infantry models in your army, excluding Deathwing models, can make attacks with rapid fire and assault weapons, excluding blast weapons, whilst remaining in engagement, while within engagement range of enemy units, but must target the enemy unit within engagement range. Holy crap, Ow! So if your infantry gets locked in close combat and you just have bolters on them, you just open fire with the bolt guns. Just blast your enemy to... That's really good if you're running bolter lines. Or like I do with my Dark Angel army, I'll take 3 units of Stalker Bolter intercessors. So I'll just be able to shoot Stalker Bolters in close combat and deal 2 damage, which is more than likely going to kill anything I'm in combat with. That's really good. Okay. In such circumstance, the model can target an enemy unit even if other enemy units are within engagement range of the same enemy unit. And while making such attacks, it has a ballistic skill characteristic of 5+. Ugh. Okay, so it's not bad, but I still get to shoot you if you're locked in combat with me on turn 2. And then Implacable. While the Assault Doctrine is active in your army, each time a Deathwing Infantry or Deathwing Dreadnought character unit or units that contain any models with wounds characteristic of 8 or more, you can reroll the wound roll. Okay, wait, what? Did I miss something? Whilst the Assault Doctrine is active for your army, each time a Deathwing Infantry or Dreadnought model from your army makes a melee attack against a character unit or a unit that contains any model with wounds characteristic of 8 or more, you can reroll wound rolls. That's pretty decent. So Deathwing Infantry just on turn 3 just automatically reroll to wound if they're fighting a character. That's terrifying. Okay, then yeah, here we go. If every unit in your army, except unaligned units, has... Oh, wow, it just says unaligned units. So it doesn't say agents, so you got to be careful about this one. Because if you put an agent of the Imperium in this, you don't get this. Except unaligned units has the Dark Angel keyword, then Dark Angel Vanguard detachments that contain models with the Deathwing and Inner Circle keywords gain the first company ability. See, right. Deathwing Terminator squads, Deathwing Terminator assault squads, Relic Terminator squad units in this detachment gain objective secured ability as described. Okay. And if your Warlord is part of this detachment command benefits are changed to +3 command points. So you just gain 3 command points for free. That's really, really, really freaking good. I really like that. Okay. And then the other one is, again, not taking Inquisitors, not taking Assassins, but you can still take a Zote. That's perfectly fine. Or the other monster. What's the other monster's name? The big spooky bug. The Emble? Yeah, the Emble. Each time your army, if every unit in your army, except unaligned units, has the Dark Angel keyword, then Dark Angel Outrider detachments that contains models with the Ravenwing keyword gain the second company ability. And then second company is bike squads and Outer Circle units in the detachment gain the objective secured ability. And if your Warlord is in it, you get +3 command points, which again is really, really, really good. So if you take a detachment of just Ravenwing and first and second company, you only have to pay 3 command points, and you're at 12, 11, 10, 9 command points. So you're actually doing pretty good. All right, then we have the Rites of Initiation. Captain, Primaris Lieutenant, Dreadnought, Land Raider, Repulsor, Storm Raven Gunship, and transport units that can transport Terminator models. Ooh, a Spartan can do that. You can upgrade a Spartan. Sorry, I saw upgraded Spartan. I'm going to do an upgraded Spartan. All right, so what do these do? Captain +1. Okay, but it doesn't tell me exactly what it does. Each time you upgrade one of your units, it gains the Deathwing keyword. Ooh. Oh, it gains the Deathwing keyword, which means that it gets the Deathwing stuff on page 61, I think it was. So it gains the Inner Circle thingy. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Was that actually good for a Land Raider, though? Or Storm Raven or anything? It's good for a Dreadnought. But is it good for, like, a Land Raider? I also found it funny that it's +10 for the Land Raider and +10 for the Land Raider Spartan. Okay. Oh, okay, so it just allows you to take it in the detachment. So you can take, like, a Captain, a Lieutenant, a Dreadnought, a Land Raider, a Repulsor, a Storm Raven Gunship, and pretty much any tank that can transport Terminators. So you can get a Spartan and take it in your regular detachment of Terminators, which means you can have a Spartan filled with 10 Terminators to jump at your opponent. Which is pretty decent, by the way. Alright, so going in next, we have the Stratagems. There is a lot to go over here. I think there's 2 pages of Stratagem. No, 1 page. Well, 2 pages. I meant 3 pages. That's my bad. I'm dumb. So they still have access to every stratagem within this book. Okay? And we know that. So let's go over some of these as quickly as we can. Use the stratagem in your command phase if a combat doctrine is active for your army until the start of your next command phase. Each time a Deathwing or Dark Angel model from your army makes an attack with a weapon specified by the active combat doctrine on the unmodified wound roll of a 6, improve the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. This is not cumulative, so if you want, you can use this on your Stormbolters, on the tactical doctrine, and just light things up at AP -1. Or if you're in Devastated Doctrine, you have a whole bunch of Hellblasters, you can pop this and make it AP -5 if you really need to. I think Hellblasters are AP -4. Or your Eradicators to do this, or your Assault Bolters to do this. To be honest, once you get past AP -2, you're going to start looking at invulnerable saves, so this is a pretty good one for early game, but after that, for clearing chaff. But after that, I don't think it's going to be that good except for killing tanks. I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, please comment in the comment section down below. I read every comment, and I want to know what you guys think. So the next one is use a stratagem in the movement phase when a Dark Angel unit from your army is selected to fall back. If that unit has the Inner Circle ability, see page 61, you do not need to first roll 2d6 to see if you can fall back. You can automatically do so. Until the end of the turn, that unit is eligible to shoot. So you can retreat with your big blob of Terminators that didn't kill something, shoot at it, and then wait until next turn and charge it again. So you can't charge it at the same turn, but it's okay. It's what it is. Honestly, it's pretty good because if you have the Inner Circle ability, like on a Dreadnought or something, and you want to get it out of combat so it doesn't die because you have like a Mortis Dreadnought or something, then it's pretty decent. But if or Leviathan. But if you have like your 10 Terminator squad and you're just ripping something apart, I don't really see the point too much for this one. Maybe grabbing an objective. This can be really good for that. Deathwing Assault. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase. When a Deathwing unit from your army is selected, shoot. Each time a model in that unit of your army is selected to shoot, each time a model in that unit makes a ranged attack, if it was set up on the battlefield this turn as a result of teleport homers or teleport strike, add 1 to the wound roll. That's really, really, really good because those Stormbolters are going to start wounding on 3s against most targets. The plasma weapons that they use, if you want to use them, because this is a shooting one. So if you drop down with 2 assault cannons or 2 cyclone missile launchers or 2 plasma cannons, this thing could be absolutely devastating. And it's only 1 CP. It's definitely worth it. Full Throttle. The song from Metallica just started playing in my head. Use the stratagem in your movement phase after a Ravenwing unit from your army advanced. That unit can immediately make a normal move up to 12 inches, but is not eligible to shoot with or declare a charge this turn. If that unit contains 5 or fewer models, this stratagem costs 1 CP, otherwise it costs 2. That could be really good if you have like 3 land speeders that you need to get all the way across the field. So if you like move, use the stratagem in your movement phase after you advanced. Okay, so you can move, advance, and then move and advance again. So it can actually be really, really, really freaking good. So at minimum, a land speeder is going 28 inches, which is ridiculous for this army. So let me check the camera, make sure we're still recording, we're still doing good. Okay. So I really like this. Land speeders are going to be cool with this, if land speeders can do it, of course. Line Unbreakable. Use a stratagem at the start of your fight phase. Select 1 Dark Angel infantry unit from your army until the end of that phase. That unit can only be selected as a target for melee attacks if it was if the attacking models is within engagement range of it. Note that this means that the enemy models that are not within engagement range, but are within half an inch of a model that is within engagement range. Okay, so they have to attack as well. All right, so that's actually really good if you want to, like, say you have your Terminators here hitting into a target, but this target wants to kill this character. You can use this command point and then force them to just attack the Terminators, which have a higher chance of surviving. So that can be ridiculous. High-speed focus uses stratagem in your opponent's shooting phase when you allocate a ranged attack to a Raven Wing vehicle model from your army. Until the start of your next turn, that model has a 4+ invulnerable save against ranged attacks. Holy crap. Like, vehicle squadrons are going to be scary in Dark Angels. If I'm reading this correct, like, it definitely seemed like Dark Angels vehicles can actually do this. Because it's this rule. Yeah, and then do land speeders have the... Are there any actual models in here? That's a question. Yeah, here's all our characters. The Ravenwing Talon Master has the Ravenwing keyword. I know that's weird to say, but I do have to check. And the Ravenwing Knights and everything. Oh, this army's going to be so nasty. Do you actually have the Ravenwing keyword? You do. Their airplanes do as well. So I assume normal land speeders will have it as well, and they can be taken in vehicle squadrons. No foe too great to subdue. Each time... Wait, whoops, sorry, I read the wrong one. Use a stratagem in the fight phase when a Deathwing Knight unit from your army is chosen to fight. Until the end of that phase, each time a model in that Deathwing Knight unit makes an attack with its Mace of Absolution, which is still one of the funniest names ever, against an enemy vehicle or monster, until a unit, add 1 to the attacker's wound rolls and improve the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. So your maces just get better. Like, they're just great. Why would you not field them? Marked for command, use a stratagem before the battle. Select 1 Dark Angel, a Ravenwing Hunt Master, or a Knight Master from model, or a Dark Angel model from your army that has the word Sergeant in their profile. That model can have one of the special issue war-geared relics. This is very similar to the other ones that we're seeing with the Space Wolves and Blood Angels. So you can give a Sergeant a freaking, like, relic weapon and they become insane. Especially if you give them a relic close combat weapon and they proceed to beat my Carnifex and my Hive Tyrant to death. And then I'm wondering why a Sergeant of a Space Marine army has more attacks than my Hive Tyrant. And then I get really sad with the realization that my poor Tyranids are not getting updated for another year. And then I cry. That went on a bit longer than it had to. Anyway, moving on. I always thought these were bad until I had it used against me. And I ate my words so badly. I was just like, oh, yeah, they're really good, actually. Use a stratagem after nominating a Dark Angel character model that is not a named character to be your Warlord. Grant 1 additional Warlord trait to them. It must be unique. Yeah, you can only use a stratagem once, so you get a second Warlord, which is really cool. I don't think it procs with selecting your chapter, though. So I don't think you can just go... Where is it? I really don't think that this is how it's supposed to work. But I don't think you can go, oh, well, my Warlord is in my first company and my second company, so I gain 6 command points. I don't think that's how it's supposed to go. Okay? Oh, by the way, it makes the thing free for the thing that is... Never mind. You know what? I'm... Bleh. 1 command point to get another Warlord trait. Always worth it, depending on the Warlord trait. I know the Warlord traits in the Space Marine Codex are really good. So, just based on that, I would definitely take it. Honored by the Rock. See this rock? It thinks you're special. Yay! Anyway, use the stratagem after nominating a model drawn from your Dark Angel Successor chapter to be a warlord. You're never going to use this because you're just going to use the Dark Angel army. Like, I don't know why they put these in here. Just use the base Dark Angels and you get all the best stuff. But essentially, it just lets him take stuff. If anybody has like strategies for taking a Dark Angel Successor chapter over a Dark Angel army, please tell me, because I don't see the appeal. Like, even if I were to run Angels of Absolution, I would just say that they're just using the Dark Angel rules, and most opponents would just be like, cool, you know? Use the stratagem in your command phase. Select one Dark Angel unit from your army within 6 inches of your warlord. Then select one combat doctrine. Until the start of the next command phase, for the purposes of for that unit, they are treated as that combat doctrine. That is nasty. You can put Eradicators in Devastator Doctrine again. You can put Hellblasters in Devastator Doctrine. I will be using this every single turn if I can. And treating them as if they're in treating them as if they're in Devastator Doctrine the entire game. So long as that is something that I can do. Because that would be broken as hell. Or just a 10-man tactical, a 10-man intercessor squad with Stalker bolt weapons. Since when I stand still, I get +1 to hit. I'm hitting on 2s or rerolling 1s. Yeah, I want to stay in Devastated Doctrine, just have AP -3, 2 damage bolters the entire game. The Hunt. 2 to 3 command points. Use a stratagem at the start of the first battle round before the turn begins. Select one Ravenwing unit from your army that can make a normal move as if it's the movement phase, but it must end its movement more than 9 inches away from any enemy model. If both players have units... Oh, you gain Scout. Okay, I see how this is supposed to work. So use this on a Black Knight unit. You move them up and you advance. So you just get get just outside of 9 inches of your opponent. If you both have an ability like this, you just alternate. If both players have a unit that can move before first turn begins, the player who is taking this turn moves their units first. If that unit contains 5 or fewer models, the stratagem costs 2, otherwise it costs 3. So yeah, you take a big giant knight squad with all the melta-guns in the world, or all the plasma guns in the world, the plasma talons, and you just rush them up at your opponent. And if you're going first, you definitely use this. If you're going second, use this defensively, okay? So you get away from danger. The next one is use a stratagem in your shooting phase. Select one enemy unit that is enemy unit within 18 inches and visible to a Ravenwing land speeder or a Ravenwing storm speeder unit from your army. Until the end of that phase, each time a model in a friendly Dark Angel unit would make a ranged attack against the selected enemy unit, add 1 to the attacker's hit roll. Holy crap, that is just a flat +1. Like, if you're hitting on 2s, because you're getting a +1. Okay. So if you're shooting through terrain, you're getting a -1. But if the land speeder can see it, you're getting +1. So you're gaining 2 +1s and 1 -1, so you're still gaining a +1. Holy crap, that can actually be really, really, really useful. If you bring artillery, that's stupid useful. Okay, Swift Strike. Use the stratagem in your fight phase after a Ravenwing unit from your army has fought. If that unit is within engagement range of an enemy unit, it can fall back as if it were the movement phase. Otherwise, it can make a normal move as if it were the movement phase. If that unit contains 5 or fewer models, the stratagem costs 2. Otherwise, it costs 3. That's also insane. Like, literally, oh, you caught my unit in close combat. Well, I'm going to make my attacks back, and then I'm going to flee. And then it's going to be my turn. I'm going to turn around and come back after you. That is so dumb and so good. It's ridiculous. Seriously, I hope Genestealer Cult gets a rule like this. They have a rule similar, but I want this rule for them. Secret agenda. Use a stratagem after selecting a secondary objective or agenda. Do not reveal your... Wait, what? Use a stratagem after selecting secondary objectives or agendas. Do not reveal one of your selections to your opponent. The first time you score a victory point or experience points for it, reveal it to your opponent. That is so cool. You just get to select a secret secondary objective. Like the entire game, I can go with like kill his characters and just pop one, and then it's revealed, and it's just like, haha, you put your characters out in the open. You activated my trap card, Yugi boy. A costly mistake. Should be Kaiba boy. Yeah. Anyway, it seems pretty cool, but for one command point, I'm not going to use it. I think it's kind of funny. In a Crusade game, it might be useful. Might be fun. Stasis Shells. Use a stratagem in your shooting phase when a Raven Wing model from your army shoots with an Astartes grenade launcher. Okay, that's very specific. That model can only make one attack with this weapon this phase. If it scores a hit, the target is caught in the stasis until the start of the next phase. All the attacking sequence ends with that unit. Ooh. Ooh, that's really good. I might actually take that on my intercessors. Weapons of the Dark Age. Oh, they brought this back. I wonder if it's as good. Use a stratagem in your shooting phase. When a Dark Angel unit from your army is selected to shoot until the end of that phase, add 1 to the damage characteristic of all plasma. They give it back. Oh, Hellblasters are going to be so good. Oh, that's going to be so stupid good. My 10-man Hellblaster squad is just going to rip through everything. Oh, I love it. I love you. Yes, I do. Or my Plasma Talons. Oh, that's just so good. At 2 command points, it's worth it. Okay. So we got quite a lot of Warlord traits. Like, a ridiculous amount. So Brilliant Strategist, use this in your command phase. You can select one friendly Dark Angel unit within 6 inches of this Warlord until the start of your next command phase. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack, if the Tactical Doctrine is active for your army, then the Devastator Doctrine is considered to be active for the attacks instead. That's really good. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack, if the Assault Doctrine is active, you can treat it as the Tactical Doctrine. Oh my god, that is really good. Dark Angels are going to be a castle army like crazy, or a massive assault force, and it's going to be crazy either way. Like, I'm already thinking my castle in the back, which is just going to have 15s. Actually, I might do a 10-man Stalker Bolter squad just to turn to Devastator Doctrine 3 times, because first turn, Devastator Doctrine. Second turn, I used Brilliant Strategist on them. Third turn, I used the Stratagem on them to keep them in Devastator Doctrine. They're dealing 2 damage apiece each time at AP -3. That's going to be crazy good. Fury of the Lion. When a friendly Dark Angel unit is within 6 inches of this Warlord, if the Warlord has made a charge move, was charged, or performed a heroic intervention, this turn, add 1 to the strength characteristic of that model, of models in that unit. Holy crap. Terminators can go up to strength 5. That makes the strength 8 weapon strength 9. Oh my god, that's a good Deathwing ability. Honestly, what's crazy about this is if you have a chaplain on a bike, chaplains on a bike have a massive base, so you get that extra movement from it. So let me grab my chaplain on a bike to show you. Because, like, look at the size of that base. And literally, as the song goes, it is all about that base. And this guy has a very, very, very big one. So biker captains or captains with bigger bases will definitely take advantage of this. Friendly Dark Angel unit is within 6 inches of this Warlord. If the Warlord has made a charge move or was charged or performed heroic intervention this turn, add 1 to the strength characteristic of those models in that unit. So it does sound like it actually affects multiple units. If not, it affects one unit, and that's still fine. That's still really good. All right, the next one is number 3. Each time the warlord makes a melee attack against a infantry or biker unit, an unmodified wound roll of a 2+ is always successful. Holy crap. Your warlord with lightning claws can actually be terrifying. Oh, wow, these are good. These are very selfish, though, and I really like that. Well, this one isn't. This one's kind of selfish. Okay, Stubborn Tenacity. When your warlord is destroyed, if it does not explode, you can get... I'm just imagining a character exploding. Excuse me. You can use this Warlord trait instead by using any other abilities that would take effect on the result of the model being destroyed. The Astartes banner. If you do, this Warlord is not removed from play until the start of the next turn or the end of the battle, whichever comes first. That's actually really funny that it says that. Until that happens, it is considered to be in play, but any further wounds this warlord would lose are not lost. Your chapter master is literally too angry to die. Local chaplain, too angry to die. The next one is, while a friendly Dark Angel core unit is within 6 inches of this warlord, add 1 to the advance and charge rolls made for that unit. Also really good for getting your guys into combat. And then number 6, this warlord is eligible to perform a heroic intervention if it is within 6 inches horizontal and 5 inches vertical to an enemy. I don't like number 6. The rest are really good. It's really up to you and how you build your army. Build your army first, then choose a warlord trait that benefits them. And then we have the Ravenwing warlord traits. Oh wait, there's more to that. Each time your warlord would make a heroic intervention, you can move up to 6. Yeah, okay. I still don't like number 6. It might be really good. I might just be missing it. Each time an attack is made against this warlord, subtract 1 from the attacker's hit roll. That's pretty decent. So if you put that on a Talon Master, that could be really good, or Samael and Saberclaw. And then the warlord is eligible to shoot and charge in the turn in which it fell back. That's pretty decent also. But again, I think I would take Brilliant Strategist as the go-to. If not, I'd probably take the +1 Strength bubble. That seems really good. Or Too Angry to Die. Okay, once per battle in your opponent's psychic phase, this warlord can attempt to resist 1 additional psychic power, even if it is not a psyker, and even if it is not within 24 of the enemy manifesting that psychic power. When taking a Deny the Witch test, do not roll the dice. It is automatically passed. Huh. That's really, 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 really scary. Okay, each time an attack is allocated to this warlord, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic. That's okay. Honestly, if your opponent's running Psychic Ritual, you might want to take this warlord trait just to stop the ritual every turn. Okay, then we have the Intromancy Disciplines. I'm going to leave this here for a second so that you can see the page. I'm not going to go over this one. You can pause it now. Okay, moving on. We have the Relic Rocks. I imagine this to be a crystal store because they're relics and they're rocks. Anyway, the Mace of Redemption. Melee, strength ×2, AP -3, 2 damage. Each time an attack is made with this weapon against a fallen or heretic Astartes unit, an unmodified wound roll of a 4+ inflicts 2 mortal wounds to the target. That's insane. That's kind of really decent. I don't think that's worth a relic. I'd probably put this on with a Power Maul or Crozius Arcanum. Where can you get a Power Maul? Yeah, I think it's strictly a chaplain. Even so, that's okay. Deathwing Ancient model only. In your command phase, select one Deathwing infantry core unit from your army within 6 inches of the bearer. Until the start of your next command phase, each time an attack is allocated to a model in that unit, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of the attacks to a minimum of 1. Pretty decent. I don't think I would waste the relic on that, but that's just me. It might be really good and I might be missing something. It gives you extra survivability. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This actually matters. You can do this to Terminators. If you can do this to Terminators, I should say. Lazarus. Are you core? I don't think you are. No, you're not. No, wait, that's an Apothecary. I gotta look at this guy. Core Infantry Dark Angel unit. Ooh. Ooh, that's actually really good. Never mind. So you can keep your Terminators alive even more. Each time an attack is made against the bearer, subtract 1 from the hit roll. I'm whatever about that one. I know those are really good for survivability, but honestly, I don't really care too much about the Shroud of Heroes. I want to do more beneficial aura abilities to my army. Let's see. Raven Wing Bike model only. While the enemy unit is within 3 inches of the bearer, each time an invulnerable saving throw is made for this model, and that unit has an invulnerable save of 4+, the bearer's, or better, the saving throw is only successful. Wait, what? While an enemy unit is within 3 inches of the bearer, each time an invulnerable saving throw is made for a model in that unit that has an invulnerable save of a 4+ or better, the saving throw is not only successful, is only successful on an unmodified roll of a 5+. So he just makes saving throws 5+ around him? If I'm reading that correctly? I might be getting that wrong. Model equipped with a Stormbolter only. This relic replaces the Stormbolter with the following profile. Oh, this might be bad. And by bad, I mean good. Range 24, Assault 4, Strength 5, AP -1, 2 damage. You could actually give this to a Sergeant. That'd be kind of scary. A Deathwing Sergeant or somebody of equivalent. Or any Terminator. Not any Terminator, but you know what I mean. Eyes of the Unseen. The bearer gains the following ability. Fear. It's a leadership thing. It's actually pretty decent. It subtracts 1 from the leadership characteristic of models in that unit. At the start of the fight phase, if an enemy character unit is within engagement range of the bearer, it is not eligible to fight with until your army has done so. Ooh, that can actually mess up Slaanesh. Like, that can mess up Slaanesh pretty badly, too. All right. Next one. Oh, it can only be on a... Even though it's a vehicle. Ooh. Oh, so the Talon Master has to be specifically given relics. It has to be included. So you can't upgrade him normally, I guess. Chaplain model only. Once per battle, the bearer can recite the Feast of Malediction litany instead of... Okay, so he does this instead of his normal litany. While a friendly Dark Angel Core unit is within 6 inches of the priest, add 1 to the attack characteristic of the models in that unit. So you can use this relic on a chaplain. He can boost the amount of attacks the Terminator unit has. And sorry I keep bringing it back to Terminators, but Terminators and Dark Angels are really good. So are Blade Guard veterans. They're also really good. Oh wow, there's actually a whole other ability. Dark Angel Warlord or a Warlord from Dark Angel Successor Chapter. You can muster your army in one of the following special issue. Okay. Oh, these are special issue war gear. It ends right there. My bad. So then we have the special issue war gear. I'll let you just read this part yourself. There's a lot here to get. Like the Heavenfall blade looks pretty decent. This gun looks pretty good. Looks like a melt-a-gun. Ooh, there's a lot of good ones. Like the Artificer armor, pretty decent. Okay, moving on. All right, we have these special chapter approved rules. So if you want, take a pause of this, read these over. These are your special missions that you can do yourself. And we'll move on from there. I'm not going to go over Crusade rules because I never do. That's completely up to you. So let's take a look at some of these characters and see what changed. Azrael's 6-inch movement, 2+2+, still with the same god-awful model. Strength, toughness 4, wounds 6, 5 attacks, leadership 9, 2+ is 8. It's weird that he's leadership 9. His weapon is still the same, does a flat 2 damage for his plasma gun, which is pretty decent since it's rapid fire 1. I think he's still... Oh, his plasma gun doesn't overheat. Ooh, that's actually really good. Okay. Oh, guess it's a master crafted plasma gun. Neat. Belial, he no longer has his options, but you can still get them in Legends, I believe. Anything change on him? No, not really. Samael. Samael is, ooh, now toughness 5 on his bike. Well, he's been toughness 5, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's see. He's got a sword bolt. He doesn't have Saberclaw anymore. Huh. He lost his land speeder. That's kind of weird. Since, you know, that's the better of the two, and it always has been. Well, he's got his mastercrafted plasma cannon, which is really good. Heavy D3, strength 8, AP -4, 2 damage, and blast. Can't fire it in close combat, but can still shoot it. I am really upset by this. That's a shame. Then you have Ezekiel, or Ezekiel, however you want to pronounce it. Again, god-awful models. Like Asmodai is in here, and he still has his god-awful model, and you can't even get this model. Then there's the Interrogator Chaplain. Again, nothing's really changed for these guys from 7th edition. The Plate of Reason is still ridiculous. Yeah, so Samael lost his land speeder. I am kind of upset about that. But I do have him on his normal bike, so that's fine by me. You lost all your options. You didn't really have too many. So Twin Assault Cannon and your Heavy Bolters, still really good. This thing has always been insane and it's like a must include in your Dark Angel army. I actually typically bring 2 of these because they're really fantastic. And it looks like you still have your reroll 1s. Let's see. If your army is Battleforged, then each lieutenant unit included in this detachment. Second lieutenant can also be included in the detachment without taking up his battlefield role. That's why you can take 2 of these in one list. You explode, which is always good. When a friendly Dark Angel core unit is within 6 inches of this model, you can reroll 1s to wound. And then you have your No Escape aura ability, which is pretty decent. Lazarus has always been good. Does he give the 5+ feel no pain anymore? Let's see. When this model is destroyed before removing it, yep. 4+ save. When a friendly Dark Angel core unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time that unit makes an attack, you can reroll hit rolls of 1. So yeah, you take these 2 together and they're really good. When a friendly Dark Angel unit within 6 inches of this model, each time model in that unit would lose a wound. Yeah, he still has his 5+ feel no pain bubble, which is ridiculous. Chaplains are still really good. Deathwing Strike Master. That's new. At least I haven't seen it before. That's pretty good. It's a lieutenant too. That's really cool. And then we got the Deathwing Apothecary. It's really cool to see Terminator Apothecaries are still a thing. Then we have our Terminator Champion. These guys are actually pretty decent. Then you have your Deathwing Terminator squad with all of its rules, and this is fantastic to me. I just wish they can get a bunch of combi weapons, but that's just me. Personally, I'd probably take 2 to 3 with Storm Shields, and then go from there. And probably go Cyclone Missile Launcher, because Cyclone Missile Launcher guy still gets a Storm Bolter. So you're not out of Storm Bolter, and then I'd probably do Storm Bolters and Power Fist for all the other ones. And I think any number of models may have their Storm Bolters and Power Fist or Power Sword replaced with 2 Lightning Claws, 1 Thunderhammer, or 1 Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. Any number of models can have their Power Fist replaced with 1 Chain Fist. For every 5 models in the unit, contains 1 Deathwing. Storm Bolter can replace one of the following. Ooh, does he actually lose it? For every 5 models in a unit, 1 Deathwing Terminator Storm Bolter can be replaced with one of the following: Assault Cannon, Heavy Flame, or Plasma Cannon, Storm Bolter, and Cyclone Missile Launcher. So you get both. So yeah, that's the weapon you always choose. So they're still amazing. Deathwing Knights are still really good in my opinion. I honestly love them. And Deathwing Command squads are actually surprisingly good as well. So just the Terminator squads in this army are pretty good. Though they don't have their ability to go to toughness 5 anymore. So I might have missed that, but I don't see it. So what can you guys do? Any number of models can have their Storm Bolters and Power Fists or Power Swords replaced with following: 2 Lightning Claws, 1 Thunderhammer and Storm Shield, 1 Thunderhammer and 1 Storm Shield. Yep. Any number of models can each have their Power Fist replaced with 1 Chain Fist. So they're exactly the same as the other ones. Do they have more attacks maybe? What's the difference between these two? 5-inch move, 5-inch move, 3-3, 3-3, 4-4, 4-4. This is literally a copy-paste. Okay, maybe they have a different rule. Oh, they have Bodyguard. Okay. 5+ invulnerable save. Okay. They're taking up battlefield role. Okay, so you get one of these squads. Essentially, you can just add it to your army. So if you take 3 elites, you can still have these guys. God, they're so good. Then you get your Ravenwing Apothecary, which is really good because we're the only army with an Apothecary on bike. Ravenwing Champion, Ravenwing Ancient. I didn't see the captain, the Ravenwing Captain on a bike. Wasn't sure if that was a thing. No, because we just have the bike captain. Ravenwing Ancients, Ravenwing Black Knights, which are really cool. Oh, did they fix this? Does he have the Plasma Talon? Yeah, there it is. Plasma Talon. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure he can get the Plasma Talon. Otherwise, it's really silly. So, Plasma Talon is still 1 to 2 damage, still 2 shots, still really good. Black Knights have their crazy boost. Had 6, so 14 to 20 plus 3. 23 inches turn 1. It's ridiculous. Dark Shroud is still really good if I remember. Then 6 inches of this model. Each time a ranged attack is made against it, subtract 1 from the attacker's hit roll, so still a must include. I think anyway, they're really, really, really good. It's got Assault Cannon and Heavy Bolter, so it's actually pretty decent firepower as well, and it can keep up with everything. The 2 jets, they're okay. And then we have the stuff in the back, and if you want to get the points, pause it now and just take a look at the page. You should be able to see all of it at this point. Just want to make sure that all of it is visible. Yes, it is. Alrighty. And then we have a car going outside. So that is the Dark Angel Codex. And honestly, it's really freaking good. Like, it's not over the top broken like some of the other books. Like, Necrons are a little bit too strong in my opinion. And it's not as busted as the Death Guard Codex. It feels like it's just right for a shooting army that lacks close combat. But what it has in close combat is terrifying. And what I mean by lacks close combat, it lacks certain key close combat units that are just better in other Space Marine armies, like the Blade Guard Veteran are just better in Blood Angels than they are in Dark Angels, but they're not bad units. So that's the thing with Space Marines. There are no like bad units in this codex, except if they have Scout in the name, or in the keywords. But aside from that, there's no real bad things to take, and you can take pretty much everything and still have a pretty viable list that's actually pretty decent. So overall, I give the Codex a 4 out of 5. It's really good. It's what I wanted, but it feels like it's a copy-paste of the last Codex with a few extra rolls. That's my 2 cents on it anyway. Also, look, Chapter Serfs. Chapter Serfs! Yes, Chapter Serfs! Sorry, I pointed this out like last edition to a bunch of people that do the artwork of 40K, and I told them to include these guys, so I'm really happy about this. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. If I got something wrong, please correct me. Just be like, hey, Alexis, slight correction, this. And I'd be like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. And I love asking you guys for things that I get wrong and you guys being polite and telling me the things that I got wrong. Just don't be a jerk, obviously. As always, if you enjoy the content, please check out all the links in the description down below. Follow my Patreon. On Patreon, we have a ton of new videos, and I'm adding new videos every week to Patreon that are just like small little videos, but a lot of fun as a way of, you know, giving back to the people that support me. So, enjoy the content. As always, I'm NornQueenAlexis. I love you guys. Bye.